And the meaning of is a great liking for someone or something. The example is George fondness for fishing was well known. Now we will be doing an icebreaker session where everyone gets to participate or speak. So as we know, the theme of the day is love language. So happy Valentine's Day, everyone. So love language is a way that a person prefers to express love or to receive it for a partner. So generally there are five love languages, which is the first one, word of affirmation. Second one, quality time. And moving on, receiving gifts, act of service. And last one, physical touch. So word of affirmation is a verbal connection. So if your love language is word of affirmation, that means that you like to be complimented. Your partner has to express his or her appreciation to you in order to make you feel loved. Second one is quality times, means that you and your partner both have to spend quality time together in order to make you feel loved. So you guys can do activities such as watching a movie or cooking. Receiving gift means that you love receiving a special thing, either tangible or not tangible. It makes you feel special. If your love language is act of service, that means that your partner has to do something to ease your burden. For example, doing a house chore. And the last one is physical touch. So now I would like to have that interaction with my fellow Toastmaster. So has anyone from the physical place or Zoom meeting would like to share about your love language and what are the examples? What action that your partner has done to you that make you feel loved? So anyone want to share? If not, then I will just randomly choose a person. Is Yong San at the physical place?
I live very far from my husband, so we don't really have.
Yes, because we would like to hear some tips from you, like how you guys maintain a relationship. Perhaps you guys have done very well.
One of the tips is every month you will regularly send the money to me. And I think the love language maybe is like this, and maybe it's like this. Okay, thank you.
So anyone would like to share his or her love language and what are the examples or what are the action that your partner has done to you will make you feel loved? Anyone wants to volunteer?
Then I will share.
Can please come.
All right. So everyone, my love language is act of services. So I tend to fond of people who always help me to ease my burden and responsibility. For example, my mom who always cook for me, and friends and my siblings who always help me to pick up things. So I tend to fond of these people who help me a lot, including my colleagues who always help me to update data for me, help me to reduce my burden, especially in my work. Yeah, that's my love language.
Okay, well done, because my love language is also act of service. So next, maybe I will choose someone from the Zoom meeting. Farhan? Farhan, would you like to share? Farhan, are you here?
Hello. Yes. Sorry, yeah. Okay. So my love language is the quality time. Sorry. So every day me and my wife will have one moment where we share our thought and our story during the day. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, wow, so romantic. So next one, maybe I will choose our timer, Angie. Angie, would you like to share with us?
Thank fellow Toastmaster. Hello. Well, for me, my love language is I love you every day to my kids. Sometimes my kids think I'm crazy. I love them all the time. And I think another one important is
I believe sometimes you always take advantage, and I think we should say thank you is part of the love language, especially to your spouse or your partner. I think it is an important, just a simple word, but makes a difference. All right.
Okay, thank you for the great sharing. It's very lovely. So, last one. Anyone want to volunteer? Anyone?
Volunteer.
Last one.
Hi. Here.
Yay!
Hi. My love language is quality time. Quality time is first one. Second one is words of affirmation. So if you cannot spend quality time with me, you can say I'm very handsome, also very happy. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you guys for sharing your love language. Now moving on is our house rules. So first one, put your phone on silent mode. Next, put your microphone, mute your microphone when you are not speaking. Pin the video of timer when you speak. Sex, religion, and politics will be spoken with sensitivity. Last but not least, please show us your face. So moving on, I would like to hand control over to the President Bia.
Thank you. Thank you very much to our Sergeant at Arms for today, Toastmaster Ishan. A very good evening to fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today we have Michael and we have, sorry, may I know your name? Yeah. Suye. Thank you for joining us today. And visiting Toastmasters, we have distinguished Toastmaster Rati Priya. She's also our District Public Relations Manager. And today we also have distinguished Toastmaster Kay Wong from Taman Indrahana Toastmasters Club. Please give them a big round of applause. Thank you for joining us today. As we know from our Sergeant at Arms for today, the theme for our meeting today is love language. How do you convey your love and your care to your partner and everyone around you? Especially yesterday, right? It's a special day, Valentine's Day. What have you done to show your love and your care to everyone around you? Have you ever faced trying to buy a present for your partners or spending quality time with your partners? However, it doesn't seem to make them happy. And sometimes you even feel that you have done everything, right? You have done so much thing, but you still feel that you are disconnected from the people that you care and you love. You have ever facing this kind of situations and you have this kind of feeling, please raise up your hand. We have someone here. Yeah. So today, in order to have better relationship with everyone around you, love languages are something that you can learn to understand each other better, to understand not only your partner, but also people around you, for example, your parents, your siblings, and your colleague. As just now, our SAA has been sharing with us what are the 5 love languages. And I believe not everyone here, you know what is actually love language. As just now, I just reached this meeting place, I have asked 3 people, and they told me they do not know what is love language. If you do not know what is your love language, you can find in the website, you can type 5lovelanguages.com. There are questions there for you to do. It's a free test for you to figure out what is your love language. If you do the test, right, you find that your partner love language is quality time, right? It doesn't mean that you cannot buy present for your partner or your friends during special occasions. It simply means that quality time is their primary love language, where you can build deeper connections with your friends and your partner by spending more time, by spending quality time, the time without distractions of phone and televisions. Yeah, quality time at the same time, you can also spend money to buy some gift and other love language as well. And I hope today everyone here, you can understand people around you better through the learning of love language. And I hope going forward, you all have better relationship with everyone to live every situation better off, not to create hatred or anger in relationship, to make your life easier, smoother, and happier. And with that, I shall now call the meeting into order by handing the control to our Toastmaster of the day. She's also our club Vice President of Education. Let's give the
Good day to our district to 102 Public Relationship Manager, Rati Priya Bausen, to our area director Rishi, and our beloved KPTC President Biyang, fellow Toastmaster, and our honor guests. Welcome to our meeting. Our meeting is 400 today. Wow, so number 400. What a lucky number for me as a TME today. So, well, before we go on to our actual agenda, I will brief some of our Toastmaster history for you guys. Okay, first, this organization is non-profit organizations. And the first Toastmaster Club is based on basement of YMCA in Santa Ana, California in 1924 by Dr. Handsome man here, Ralph C. Smedley. Next slide, please. For the present Toastmaster International, we have 280,000 members in worldwide. We have around 14,700 clubs in 144 countries. As in KPTC, we have area 5C under Division C. It's an area made up for 4 to 5 clubs. About 4 to 5 clubs, we have 4 and 5 areas form divisions, and from few divisions we form a district. Our district is 102 Malaysia. Slide. Okay, for our mission, Toastmaster is to provide support and positive learning environment and giving an opportunity to develop communications and leadership skills, which is here turn into foster self-confidence and personal growth. We have 11 pathways. So if you want to know more about our pathway, we can go through our Toastmaster website. We have details about this 11 pathway that we have in here. Next slide, please. So a little bit about our club here. Our club name is Klang Bilingual Toastmaster and chartered on 2nd November 2005. So our mission is we learn, we speak, we lead. That's what we are doing now. And our conduct of this meeting usually we are using English. Actually, we have another language, is Mandarin, which is we can use for our table topic section, speech assignment, and evaluation. Is you can choose each one that you want. And as I'm a VPE, I will try to organize the speech. If you need a Chinese one, I will find an evaluated Chinese for you guys. So, what's the benefit for joining our club is we have two languages can be done from here. So the next slide. So this is our progress of the education until now. For the red one, that means we have the member have done their speech or project already. So the blue one is doing now. Today is a bit different. Usually they have a table topic section, but now we have five speakers for this meeting. So we don't have any table topic for today's. Next slide, please. So for the day agenda is first section will be the prepared speech. Second section will be conducted by Jen. From that section is a special motivation speech from him. And then the third one is the evaluation section. So actually, as you know, our team is love language. I think our Toastmaster have it for these 5 criteria. Why I select that later, I will tell you. Let me introduce our role player now. Okay, first, I invite Grenadier here. That is, we'll be using word of affirmation word.
Thank you very much, Angie. So, grammarian, I shall not the good use of language and also to point out the grammatical error used during the meeting. The word of the day today is, you can see from our meeting agenda and also the whiteboard here, fondness. The meaning of this word is a great liking of someone or something. The example of this word is George. Fondness of fishing was well known. You are encouraged to use this word as frequent as you could. At the end of the meeting, I will present my grammar report. Over to you. Thank you.
Okay, for the next is our counter. Farhan is from the Zoom.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Farhan and I will be your R counter for today. The purpose of the R counter is to note unnecessary words and sound that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speak. During the meeting, I will listen and count for words or phrases that may use inappropriately or unnecessarily, such as and, well, but, so, and, you know. Okay, then the sound may include as mm, and I will also note when a speaker repeat a word or phrases such as I or this means. Okay, that's all, and I will report back at the end of the meeting. Thank you. Back to you.
Okay, for our timer, that's what I said, quality of time. One of our love language. With this management master, fellow Toastmaster and guest, as a timer, I will monitor and keep track of the time throughout the meeting. I will time table topics, speakers, formal speeches, and evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using green, yellow, and red cards. As you can see, being online or physical, which denote specific times. Hence, fellow members and guests, you urge to deliver your speech within the stipulated time frame. I shall give my report at the end of the meeting. Just a note that I remember from one of the guests, experienced guests, if you see for the previous speech, if you see the yellow light, please read back. Take note of this. Okay, thank you. And the love language 5, act and self-service. Our GE, you will never know. Actually, she is just discharged from the hospital, but she willing to come to join us today. Let's welcome our GE.
act of service. Well, once a Toastmaster, we are all humble servants of our district 102, right? So as a general evaluating for us GE, so my part is very simple because first half, our Toastmaster really is going to take over and run the show. And the second half, I always thought, okay, Toastmasters, what is the second part of the thing? Evaluation is the breakfast for champions. So for that session, I have my team of evaluators, and today, since we have speech marathon, 5 speeches, so 5 excellent evaluators are going to be there together with my technical role players. So looking forward to be at your service. Thank you, and back to you.
Okay, so without delay our time, let's go for our first session, that is session prepare speech section. Okay, for the first speaker, how should I introduce him to us? He is a really wonderful person that having here with us because she's from University Monash. So he's doing an icebreaker with us. Pathway is dynamic leaderships level 1 project introduced to the personality. Sorry, an introduction of personality. Next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I'll be attempting one of the hardest speeches in Toastmasters, the icebreaker. Now, before I actually began my icebreaker speech, I actually Googled up the word icebreaker because I wondered, why do we call it the icebreaker? Apparently, an icebreaker is a ship that goes before all other ships and breaks the ice so that other ships can go along safely. Now, all my life, I believe I've been an icebreaker. The reason is I come up with new ideas and new inventions for different things. And so today I'm going to be sharing with you a little bit about that. But first, I'll share with you a little bit about my past. I was brought up here in Klang. I was born here in 1996, and I had 3 years here before I flew to the United Kingdom. You see, my mother did her PhD in the UK, a doctorate in mathematics, and this was very complicated. So she brought me and my dad to support her. So we had a nice family over there, and we had wonderful Christmases, boot sales, playing with the snow. But what I really loved the most about being in the UK was actually the schooling system. The schooling system in the UK is so different. For every teacher, you have a teaching assistant. And what I noticed is this: everything is run by activities and games. From designing our own Kellogg's cornflakes boxes to how we see the dentist. What they do to teach us is that they bring a dentist to the school. And the dentist will have a model of teeth and will show us what happens if you don't brush our teeth. They'll give us a pill, this little tiny red pill that when you chew, it'll show all the plaque in your teeth. Now, when you see all this in real life, when you create, when you innovate, it changes the way you think. And that is why I believe that some children growing up in those education systems are more creative. I took what I had and I came back to Malaysia. And this is when I'm moving on to the second part of my speech. Who am I today? Kevin, do you mind the slides? I'm going to be giving you an introduction about my personality type. And what I'll be using is the Myers-Briggs type inventory. This was created by Isabel and Abigail Myers. And this was the personality inventory that's currently known as the 16 personality types. Now, this is a very popular personality inventory. In fact, it's used by many organizations in order to streamline candidates to find jobs suitable for them. It's also like love languages where you can find out if you're compatible with a partner. So today, instead of me just sharing with you what is my personality type, I'm going to be having each and every one of you guess. So we're going to take turns in guessing. So we're going to be guessing how I think, my mind. Second, where does my energy go? Third, what is my nature? I'm not a feeling or thinking based person. And the last one, I'm giving the answer. All right. So firstly, do you think I'm an extrovert or do you think I'm an introvert? For those who think extrovert, could you raise your hand? Okay, that's 4 of you. Online, you can put in the chat box 5. How about those who think I'm an introvert? More people think I'm an introvert. Well, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I am an extrovert. Yes, I am an extrovert, but I don't like to get up too much. Now, the next one, there's a difference in this personality. There are people who are sensors and people who are intuitive. Sensing type people are people who live in the present. They're very detail oriented and they're very practical. Whereas the intuitive people who are very creative, who are imaginative, and are very abstract, which do you think I am? Intuitive. Anyone think I'm a sensor? Oh, it's so bad. I am an intuitive. Now the last one. Do you think I'm a thinker or a feeler? A thinker is a person who navigates life with their brains, whereas a feeler is one that navigates life with their heart. Who thinks that I'm a thinker? Feeler? Feeler. I am a feeler, unfortunately. Well, as you can see here, this is the first 3 letters of my personality type, and the final one I'll tell you, I'm a perceiver. A perceiver is someone who perceives the environment and is flexible and goes with the flow. A judger, on the other hand, is a kind of person that likes to live life with metrics and rubrics. I plan everything out. So I'm a flexible person. So here I'm an extrovert, I'm intuitive, I'm a feeler, and I'm a perceiver, a flexible person. But what does this bring me today? Well, you see, in this personality type over here, you have a driver and a co-pilot. The driver is what really makes you function. For example, you have people who are based on tradition in their life. Everything is based on the past procedures. Then there are other people who are into effectiveness. They don't care about their feelings, they care about what's effective. There's some people who are very cognitively driven. You go and think about them, everything is systematic. Every way they think is like, how does this system work? So what drives me is exploration, trying new things. And so what I did is that in university, I took what is the Toastmaster template and I moved it onto a peer support system. A peer support system that runs like Toastmasters, where you have a speaking session and an evaluation session. But instead of being evaluated based on your speaking skills, what I did was I helped people be evaluated based on empathy, ear. For example, this. I created a card game, just like we have an agenda that puts the 3 sections, prepared speech, impromptu speech, and evaluation. I created a card game that helps facilitate that called ear. Empathize, appreciate, and relate. This card game structures the meeting like a Toastmasters meeting, where eventually after you share your heart out of a recent breakup, or probably death of a loved one, you get people to empathize, appreciate, and relate to you, just like we do in evaluation sessions. So this is the youth of being an ENFP. You're a very creative kind of person, and I've come up with many other ideas too. But due to time constraints, we just have to move along. So I want to be fit. I think you can see right now I'm clearly not fit, right? But not just in the body. I want to be fit in my mind as well. So I'm looking for this in my future. In my future, I'm looking for flexibility in my career, trying lots of different things. I also want something time to improvise. By improvising, I think I have a lot of fun. And finally, I want to have time to teach. I'm not teaching, whether it's teaching people speech or whether it's teaching people about mental health. This is what I love. So if my creativity fit, I'll be really happy. So in conclusion, my past was in the UK where I learned about creativity. My present is that I'm an ENFP, an ENFP that enjoys creating new things. And finally, I want to be fit. So with that, Toastmasters, I'm really happy that I got a chance to introduce myself to you, and I'm happy to finally join the club.
Nishan, I think you have come here for a while. Yeah. Why? Because we just finished the icebreaker for this session, so we are all standing for the standing ovation. Let's have a big clap for him to finish.
Thank you all.
Now, for the next speaker, Banu. Banu, he really put the effort for us to coming here. But sometimes she is meeting. You can't have time to come with us and join this club. The pathway is effective coaching, project 3, and the evaluation part is introduced to vocal variety and body language. The title is the pro and cons of working from home. Balu?
A very good evening, my dear fellow Toastmasters. The topic that I would like to share today is the pros and cons of working from home. With the unprecedented pandemic such as COVID-19, the traditional working hour 9 to 5 is no longer applicable for many organizations. They have to move to the current trend, which is working from home. And for some of us, working from home is no longer a luxury. That's become an essential aspect of our life. Having said that, work from home has its own pros and cons. So let's look at the pros first. By working from home, you get the flexibility to manage your work, family, and life. And I used to bring my kids, for their doctor appointment when they're not well. So at the same time, I'll be working while waiting for the doctor to call us. This is really, really helpful, especially when you have younger kids and then you have elderly parents to take care of. As I mentioned, this work from home is a blessing for all of us. And no more unpaid leave and no more emergency leave just to meet your life demands. And that's not all. By working from home, you can reduce your expenses. Petrol, toll, meal costs, all that comes up to a substantial amount on a monthly basis. I used to spend about around 250 to 350 just for meal alone. I know what you're thinking. Just meal? Are you eating what? Gold biscuits? Oh, please, I'm working at one McDonald's. What do you expect of you that working at Klang and Mid Valley? I feel you. I'd rather spend that amount of money for more important things like life saving and children's education. Don't you agree with me? And that's not all. By working from home, you can save time. How's that? Traveling to work during peak hours is the most challenging task in this whole wide world. Let me tell you how. In Malaysia, you got to be a Formula One driver to be able to reach your office on time. Get ready, start, go! That overtake me and not even you. And by the time you reach office, you're all sweating. And I used to spend about 1 to 1.5 hours just 1 week to go to the office. And of course, I need to return back home, right? That's another 1 to 1.5 hours. It's really a daunting experience to be stuck in the traffic. With my kids, I even doing office work. Don't you agree with me? Having said that, work from home has its own disadvantages as well. Can you imagine your life just being surrounded by your family members all the time? I get the look. Some of you say, oh, why not? Wait for you get married and have kids, you will know what I meant. During the pandemic, I used to have 4 to 5 hungry people just around me all the time, especially my 2 young kids. And the most common phrase, nothing to eat. Nothing to eat. The moment I hear that phrase, I want to vomit blood. I just can't take it. And that was once I was in an important meeting, important WebEx meeting with my boss from US along with other leaders. And my youngest daughter, she comes breathing under my neck. And Mama, please, can you do something for me to eat? And here my boss is talking non-stop, and my voice goes, shut up. I just can't take it. This doesn't add up to the stress, but asking them to study, or even asking them to do homework, or try to stop their fights. Wish you all the best. And that's not all. By working from home, earlier I mentioned about flexibility, right? That flexibility comes with a price. Losing your me time. So yeah, if you go to the office, you get lunch break, breakfast, whatever you call it, be it 15 minutes or 1 hour, you get the time for yourself, just for yourself. And you can enjoy your meal while cracking jokes and chit-chatting with your colleagues. Heavenly. But at home, just 1 spoon of rice, you will never able to do it. What a life! The thing is that work never ends at home because you cannot focus and lose your productivity. But when you go to the office, you're able to focus, you're able to rejuvenate and able to recharge. And when you get back home, you are ready to meet all the chaos and mess at home. So let me ask you, my dear fellow Toastmasters, work from home, work from office. Which option that you're fond of? The choice is yours. Thank you very much. Wow, such an energetic speech that Bang did. Speechless. I never know until you tell me. Because I'm hoping only can be in office. Because I'm in a medical side, so I can't do as like what you do working in home. So I just want to confirm, is our audio in Zoom is okay for you guys? Is it loud and clear or is it on and off? Oh, okay now, thank you. So we continue for our third speaker. She will doing the presentation mastery level 1, section project 4, evaluation and feedback for the first week. She's a mother of 2, would like to share with everyone with her journey of learning of swimming Yongsan. Good evening, everyone. For those that who learn, for those that who know me well, then you will know that I'm having a feel towards the fluffy animals just as dog and cats, and I even used this as a topic for a humorous contest about half a year ago. Does anyone can remember this? Please raise up your hand. Okay, good. Meaning to say that your memory is working well and you do not have sign of dementia. Well, today I would like to share with you all another fear of swimming, or in more particular is fear of insecurity when I immerse myself into the water. I do have few experience that both mentioned is when I want to conquer my fear into these journeys, and I think it will be good to share with everyone here. Okay, one of my first must do things during the career break is to learn swimming. So with a full desire and fire, I registered the class without the second thought, and I'm so proud of myself of doing this. And anyone want to guess what happened during the first day? Yeah. What happened is during the first day, first class, I make myself a few reasons that the day is just not a good day for me to learn something new, and I just skip the class. Okay, and this is the big gap between what you want to do inside your heart versus the reality, versus the action that you did. And this is the difficulties of you
out of your first step. Nevertheless, I feel relief. Whew. But the second class come, and I wonder why on earth that I want to torture myself to learn something that I'm afraid of. And during my time, I was browsing my social medias, and one of the persons shared a post that shared his reluctance of not having morning workout during raining days. And one of his sentences caught my attention. The sentence is slide. Can people see the slide? Oh, another slide. Never mind. The sentence is, if you really want to do something, you will find a way. But if you don't, you will find an excuse. These sentences suddenly awakened me, and I told myself, don't wait. And the right timing will not come if I keep waiting for the perfect time. Thus, the first class come, and and in the swimming class, majorities of the students are kids, and most of them are accompanied by the student. Please bear in mind that I'm a person who has a water fear, and that's why my motion will feel a little bit adverse. And suddenly, I just feel very shameful about myself that I was thinking, hey, will the parents laugh at me when they saw my actions? And I do not visualize the kid is actually teasing about me like, haha, see that auntie, ayo, even we are even better than the auntie a lot. And the worst is that even of my swimming coach is actually laughing at me inside their heart. And this negative feeling is keep bubbling me for first class and second class, and I really cannot stand it. And I decided to just take a moment and observe. And it turned out that the parents will just sit there and browsing their phone, and the kid is busy doing their training. No one is looking at me. How silly am I to think of it? And then suddenly I realized that, oh, next slide. People don't think about you as much as you do. Sometimes we care too much of how people perceive us. Just like examples of my taking career break. I worry too much of people judge about me. But in fact, they will just give you their blessing, and it turned out to be one of my best decisions. So the class keep moving on. And during the first and second month, one of the male adult students stand out among the others. And he catch my eye attention, and I do observe him in silence. Why? Was he a very good looking guy? Or was he a muscular guy? Come on, do you think that I'm a person that with that kind of space personality that in Chinese we say 肤浅, that's so obsessed with the appearance? He is a skinny old man, maybe in his 60 to 70 years old, come to learn how to swim. He truly impacted me, and I am very admire of his courage and the willingness to learn. There is a saying in Chinese, 活到老，学到老, which means no one is ever too old to learn something new. And she is just demonstrate this example, this meaning lightly in front of me. And since then, if I want to learn something new, or I feel very hesitant, or I feel lazy, this old man image will automatically pop inside my mind, and I tell myself, if the old man can learn how to swim, what is the reason for me? What is the single reason for me to not continue to learn something since I'm so young? Deep down in my heart, I was so grateful for these strangers appear in my life. And that's why my experience here is, the next slide, temporarily people teach permanent lesson. Okay, and the next one, of course, my swimming skill, I have a fear of water. That's why my journey is not smooth, and I make a progress just like a turtle.
given my years of experience as a technical person, I should be very good at receiving the instruction and executing it out step by step. But I don't know why I just couldn't apply here. I understand the instruction from the coach that I need to do this and this and this, but I don't know why that my hand, my leg just couldn't seem to align to each other. And to be very, very worse is I start to compare myself with other students. And no, needless to say that I'm the worst one. But luckily, I do have my backup strength. The old man come into my mind again and again. So that's why even though I feel frustrated that I keep continuing and continuing. Now I will say that my progress is much better. Although my swimming skill is not very good, but I can swim in the middle of pool without having to grab anything. And yeah, generally I think I have conquered my fear towards the water. So in a summary, my message to you all is, it's okay to be struggle, but not okay to give up. Thank you. Yeah, I like that word. It's okay to struggle, but never give up. Yeah. Like I'm struggling here, but I never give up to try TNV again. Okay, for the next speaker, we have some changes that Dashman will be doing this is the fourth speaker, sorry, fourth speaker will doing, as Dashman will do the speech. Okay, he's doing the presentation mastery level 2 project 3 introduction of Toastmaster mentoring. The title of his speech is My Mentor and Rabbits. It's a rabbit here. I pass it to Shahmeh.
Okay. Am I audible?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Wait. I'm sharing my screen. Okay. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm Shazmi, and I'll be delivering my level 2 project 3 speech with the title My Mentor and Rabbit. This Chinese New Year is the year of rabbit. It was a very special one for me because I was born in 1987, the year of rabbit. Rabbit has very much similarities with myself. Rabbit can be timid, shy, but has very high spirit. Since joining Toastmasters, I realized that Toastmasters has helped me to discover one of my inner skills, same like rabbit, which is being a detailed person. This new skill that I gained is a true quality to become a great speaker. In Toastmasters, you have to be particular and you have to be meticulous to make sure you can send the message effectively to the audience. All this I have learned from my dearest mentor in Toastmasters, which is Kelly Chu. This is Kelly Chu. Kelly is former member of our club and she was the president of our club for the past 2 terms. Our mentor-mentee relationship was very unique because all this while we have met only in virtual platform. And now, what made me realize the benefit of having mentor? Firstly, the benefit of having mentor is it helps you to have the perfect guide. You know, when you are in school, you need teacher to teach you and to guide you. You can't succeed alone. Yes, my mentor has taught me in all aspects to become a good speaker. From crafting the speech, deliver the message, and enhance your self-confidence. Normally, when I want to deliver my speech, my mentor will ask me to rehearse and to record the speech. Then she will give her feedback to improve my presentation. Not only that, she has set the personal goal for me in order to make sure that I complete the goal according to the plan. For example, I need to complete at least one project speech in every 2 months. So it is like a KPI set for me. Therefore, having mentor in Toastmasters will really push myself to excel in Toastmasters. Secondly, the good part of having mentor is you have someone to rely on. My mentor will always make herself available if I need her help. Whenever that I want to discuss with her, she will accept it without saying no. She has sacrificed her time even when she's busy with her work and family commitment. I remember there was a time we have discussed for about 4 hours until late at night. And at that time, her newborn baby was still sleeping. Even now, she's no longer in Toastmasters. Whenever I reach her, she's still willing to help me. Thirdly, the benefit of having mentor in Toastmasters is you can learn from mentor's experience. You know, one of the valuable things that you can get from your mentor is their experience. Whenever I thought that my speech has good enough, my mentor will always give her input to improvise my script. The input that she gave me is something that I never think of. She taught me not to repeat the same mistake that she already did in her past. For example, she always asked me to control the tempo of the speech because she has experience well over the time when she speaks in slow tempo. Therefore, that is why we need mentor, because they will share their past experience. Based on my observation, being a mentor, you need to be an easygoing person and know how to handle relationship, same like Rabbi. Besides that, an extra effort needed by both mentor and mentee. The mentor need to be reliable and being generous to share the knowledge to others. And for mentee, they need to be passionate and proactive to learn and also eager to improve themselves. Last but not least, I'm so grateful to have Kelly as my mentor, and also other seasoned Toastmasters who have willing to help me and given their useful advice in my journey in Toastmasters. My mentor always pushed myself to excel in my journey in Toastmasters. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the same reasons: to improve our speaking skills, to enhance our confidence, and to be a good leader. But in order to elevate you to the next level, in order to push you to the next level, you really need someone who we call mentor. With that, back to you, Toastmaster of the evening. Thank you.
Thank you for Jasmine, what a wonderful speech. Okay, for the last speaker, if I'm not mistaken, she's the youngest in our club. Yeah, she is, and she's still the youngest. Okay, so and she's a very big responsible in her family. She's being like a mother in her family now. So her pathway is presentation mastery, level 2, project 3, introduction of Toastmaster mentoring also. Her title is My Mentor. I give it to you, Natalie.
Thank you very much, Angie. Can everyone hear me? Am I clear?
Yes.
Okay, good. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters. Even though I can't see you, but raise your hands if you have a mentor. Okay, I really can't see you lah, okay? Okay, I can see hands up. All right. So no matter in life or in your Toastmasters journey, I am sure that everyone here today has a mentor, including me. A mentor is a person who shares benefits, guidance, directions, experiences, and most importantly, emotional support with a person, not necessarily a younger person, but a person with lesser experience, which is also known as a mentee. Now, let me tell all of you why it is important to have a mentor. Mentor supports growth. My mentors in life are my grandparents and my aunties. They were always there to support my growth since I was a little kid. And in Toastmasters, my mentor is Hui Qi, and I'm sure all of you know who she is. She has also been supporting me throughout my growth in my Toastmasters journey. When I first met Hui Qi, that was 4 years ago when I was only 18, and it's been 4 years since she has been my mentor, and this means 4 years of mentoring from her. Furthermore, throughout this growth support journey, mentors also offers encouragement, just like how my grandparents and my aunties gives me support in my life, such as making the right decision after Form 5, 4 years ago, whether to further my studies or not. I did not actually make the decision to further my studies, but with their support, I did. And at that time, I still don't really know which college should I pursue in. And with the support of them, I got to further my studies. And I can still clearly remember the day where I went to my auntie's house and discussed with them on which college should I go into, and also whether should I enroll into degrees. So those are my mentors in my life. And now, without them, I don't think I will have the life I have today. And in Toastmasters, my mentors give me encouragement too. Whenever I'm about to give a speech and I have no idea what to talk about, I look for Hui Qi. Whenever I have just finished scripting my script and I need someone to help me to review it, I look for my mentor, Hui Qi. And when I had my first interview 2 months ago for my internship, I look for Hui Qi for advice too. Other than that, the next good thing about mentors is that mentors are a free resources. Your mentor don't go asking you and seeking money from you, so they are a good resource. I remember going up to Hui Qi and asking whether I should take this internship offer with this company, which is located at the place she lives. So this shows that Toastmasters mentoring doesn't only mean that person will guide you in public speaking, but also in your life outside of Toastmasters, just like what my mentor and I did. Therefore, I'm really thankful that I have these mentors in my life, which is Huichi and also my family members. And I'm sure I will have more mentors as I grow older. Therefore, I would like to end my speech with a quote by Bob Proctor. A mentor is someone who sees more talent and ability within you than you see in yourself and helps bring it out of you. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you for the speech, Natalie. Wow. Yeah, our life. For me, I think I have a lot of mentor. Why I say like that? You guys are my mentor too. Each of us have things that we can learn. So I will go for, after we listen to 5 speakers, the hot topics. Now let's us evaluate, to vote them. Do you Slido? Yeah, Slido. Okay, did the Zoom can see the Slido too? Hopefully you can. If cannot, you just watch out. Let me do it. So everyone has voted. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now our section is taking photo sections. I would like to call upon our physical to come here and get a picture with Zoom. Farhan, you'll be helping me to take picture, right? Is Farhan here?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. So in Zoom, if you can open your camera, please open. So everyone can stand in front. Yeah, everyone. Not over yet.
So everyone in the Zoom, can I have their camera to be turned on, please?
Wow, a lot of people today.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. But can everyone speak into the camera?
I think from physical first. Yes.
Maybe you can set.
I think the camera for the audience physical is quite close lah.
Farhan, we take
I think
picture.
physical first. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So you know, adjust it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Wonderful. Okay, you need taller a bit, you too short. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Hey, wonderful.
Okay, now for online.
There's another one with the online audience. Maybe can pull the laptop further.
Oh, the camera is here. Oh, okay. It can open. It's connected. It's on.
Terus tak boleh guna.
Need to off it.
Yang mana bunyi?
Somebody off. On it.
Okay, can we have everyone to turn on your camera if you are convenient? Kelly and Joel.
Oh.
Yeah, we go behind him.
Angie is the last one.
Milton, are you there? Milton?
Angie is the last one. No, but the last. No, but the last. Yang si Hui Qing. Okay.
Once again, I'm over the other side.
Okay, everyone. 3, 2, 1. Peace. Okay, one more time. 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So we have intervention time about 5 minutes. Our time now is around 8:37, 5 minutes. We come back at 8, 5 minutes. 5 minutes break. 8:05. See you then.
One enough and then we roll.
Hi, K Wong. Can you hear me? I think everyone was resting. Is Nandini here? Nandini Janati.
Want to meet with it?
That is
Can we set one only? It's like,
Next, 5 minutes break is over. So hi everyone. So our meeting is resumed now. I shall hand over the control to our TME again. Angie.
Thank you, Yishan. Now, there's a second section that we are going to do it now. For me, as this term, this is first time having a brown bag session. And is my mentor, Jen, who doing it. Jen has been teaching in Keller since 2020. Ever since he have known about mindfulness, he had a continuously practice for it for 3 years, and this have helped him to manage his thought better, manage his feeling better and behavior. Therefore, he is inspired to share this wonderful concept to everyone so that we can have a better life. Let's invite Jen. Her title of the brown bag is The Key to Better Well-Being. Jen.
Just now I rushed to come out, I forgot my phone. Do you see my phone? Where's my phone?
In your hand.
In my hand?
Right hand.
Oh, have you experienced this before?
Yes.
You are holding something, then you were searching. Where was it? Where was it? Another situation is, have you ever experienced another thing where you are walking and then you are thinking about other things? As you walk, as you do, and then you fall. Or maybe. Okay, so all these things is something that's a gift that you have received since you are born. You know what gift is it? This gift, we call it a superpower. And this superpower, let me give you 3 seconds to think and guess. What is it? Wrong. Good try. The superpower that you have, what do you think the superpower that you have since you are born? What is one superpower that you have? Attention. Attention. 6 sense. What?
Intuition.
No. The answer is time traveling. Huh? Time traveling. Do you know you can time travel? No. But this superpower, so-called superpower, is somehow a curse. Think about it. You time travel all the time, but not your body, your mind. Your mind time travel all the time. When you are walking up the stairs just now, you are thinking, what am I going to say later? Or when you're driving, you are thinking what to eat later. So all these things, our mind goes to either the past or the future. Let me give you another example that you just heard just now. Just now, Yongshan's speech, she talked about her fear in water. Before she go into the pool, what she thinks, later the kid, then go her, the coach is laughing at her. So all these things are in the future. The mind goes in the future, and that may not even happen. So what helped her is immediately she comes back and look at the situation right now. Actually, all these are not true. The situation right now is most important. So ladies and gentlemen, today my topic is the key to better well-being. And the key to better well-being is the ability to control your superpower. Because of the inability to control our superpower, most often it becomes a curse that harms us instead of help us. So you want to control them to only use one word. The word is aware. The word is aware. Being aware and purposefully time travel will help you instead of harm you. And today I'm going to introduce to you mindfulness. So what is mindfulness? It's simple. Mindfulness is a word that a lot of Angmo create. Okay, Caucasian love to create new words and make us Asian confused. So this mindfulness is some word that people create. It actually means awareness and present moment. So when you are aware of the present moment, like what Yongshan did just now, come back to here, take some moments, observe around. That is being aware of the present moment. When you are aware of the present moment, you will notice one very important thing. There is no stress, no worries. Because all your stress, all your worries, all in the future, or in the past. So be here in the present moment, and that's your well-being. So practice mindfulness. A lot of people have one misunderstanding. Mindfulness in movies, they often show mindfulness as meditation. But mindfulness is actually not meditation. Meditation is just one way to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness, again, is a word that means aware, present. So while meditate, you're aware of the present moment, and you don't need to meditate to be aware of the present moment. Just like how, right now, you're looking at me, you're listening to me. You know that you're looking at me, you know that you're listening to me, your attention, your awareness are here, that is mindfulness. Okay. If your attention while looking at me and listening to me, your mind is somewhere later, what is my kids gonna eat? Then that is not mindfulness. So, and ladies and gentlemen, mindfulness, let's do an experiment. Put out your hand like this. Imagine as if you are holding a football. Football, not this ball. Okay, so later I'm going to count down from 3 to 1. Then you're going to clap 1, 2, 3 times. When you clap later, clap as hard as you can. Online people also can do. Clap as hard as you can until you are like you are hitting yourself like that. Okay, so 3. Don't hurt yourself again. Don't hurt yourself again. Yes. Okay, if you have injured hand, you can use one hand to cut your leg. Okay. So the intention is to feel your hand. So feel your hands like that. I count down 3, 2, 1. You clap 1, 2, 3 times. Okay. So 3, 2, 1. Now just open up and then try to feel your hands. What do you feel?
Pain.
You feel tingling, buzzing, like electricity. Then notice your thumb. Does the feeling of your thumb feel different from your palm? How about your little finger? Is it feeling different from your thumb? So all these things, when you purposefully notice it, congratulations, you just did mindfulness. These things are something that we always do all the time. We breathe all the time, we clap all the time, we talk all the time, but we rarely spend time to purposefully think about how we feel while we're doing it. Do you know we have been doing something more than 300,000 times a day? 300,000 times a day, but we still don't know how to do it. Do you know why is that something? Breathing, exactly. Okay. And breathing, when we don't notice it, sometimes when we get nervous, we don't breathe. Okay. So mindfulness is about being aware of the present moment. So just now when you clapped, mindfulness had 3 main domains. First one, noticing, being aware of the present moment. What are you thinking inside your mind? Second one, in the present moment, be aware of what are you feeling in your heart. And the third one, at this present moment, are you aware of your physical feelings? Give you one more example, something that very applicable. During the MCO times, as soon as I know mindfulness, one of the greatest impacts that I have on my physical body is the feeling of soreness here. Here. I think this a lot of people have a common feeling because of the time that we spend to use our phone. We look down. So as soon as I notice it, I set my alarm in the calendar every day, 11 a.m. I just set as a random time. In the calendar, the event is neck stretch. So I remind myself at that moment, need to stretch my neck. Just simple as doing this and put up. Okay. So by doing that, I can feel my body. Feeling and being aware of how our body feels is so important. Imagine there are so many people around this world who don't know how their body feels until when it's too late. Until when you will need to spend so much money in your medical. So they were saying in Chinese, if you don't take care of your body when you are young, when you are old, you take care of the doctor. Not doctor, the doctor. Yeah, when you're old, you take care of the doctor because you spend all your money to the doctor. And ladies and gentlemen, in mindfulness, if you still think it's very difficult to be aware, one of the most practical ones that you can practice today is called dot B. One dot around you. What does dot B mean? Dot B here means pause and wonderful. Pause and breathe. Genius. So pausing and breathing is one of the most practical thing that we can do. For Toastmasters, every time we come up to the stage, we get nervous. You need to admit it. Okay, no matter how seasoned you are, as the soon the moment the Toastmaster evening pause your name, you come out shaking. But this is what I always practice. Don't be nervous. Is something that is being human. It's normal. Okay, but we need to learn to manage it. By pausing and breathing, we have the ability to think. I love the Will Smith example. I think you are very familiar with Will Smith's story. When he go up on stage and then slap people. Then what's the consequences?
Ban.
Ban, right? 10 years of Oscar ban. Yeah. For an actor, Oscar ban is like a ban for athletes to go Olympics. So 10 years of Oscar ban just from one slap. If you can imagine that situation and can imagine yourself being in Will Smith's shoe, most probably you will know Will Smith is not thinking when he's doing that. Because of his emotion, his angry, he put up his fear. Then that's all. But if he practice mindfulness, the trigger is I think it's Jaden, like what his name is. So the person on the stage is making jokes for his wife. That's the trigger. That's not right. I didn't say that he's right. That's not right. But what Will Smith do is not right either. But when he pause and breathe, he can think, what's the better situation to tackle this? Maybe even approach him personally to tell that, bro, really or not bro. And then talk about my wife in public. So even if this situation comes out, in pause and breathe, it makes drastic changes. And ladies and gentlemen, pausing and breathing makes huge changes Because, not because of you concentrate, because you think. You are able to respond instead of react. And the difference between respond and react, you don't use brain, respond, you use brain. Okay. Now, still got time? Let me share a little bit about the science behind mindfulness. And how does mindfulness help us? And why does it find so really research? Because when you practice mindfulness, it has a research being done in Harvard Medical School. They tested a group of people. And they test and look at their brain before practicing mindfulness. They notice that their amygdala, so the amygdala, in short, the AMI in the brain. The AMI in the brain is responsible for their emotion response. Where when you're stressed, you fight, you run away, or you freeze, you don't do anything. Can you relate? When you're stressed, you fight, you run away, or you freeze. Okay, this is amygdala brain. You don't have other response, you cannot think. Before practicing mindfulness, they test the amygdala, the response is very high, very active. After practicing mindfulness for 8 weeks, they test again and notice the action of amygdala reduces 50%. And this means practicing mindfulness, practicing to be aware of the present moment, helps you to control your emotion better and your ability to think better. And so with that, whenever you notice that your mind is going elsewhere, as soon as you notice it, congratulations, you are mindful. Because if you don't notice it, you will never know you are distracted. As soon as you know you are distracted, you have the ability, you have a choice to come back here and focus on what's important now. And ladies and gentlemen, 2 things for you to take away. First one, not be, pause and wait. Second one, what's important now. And that's all. If you have any questions, I can take it. And if you have any until the time you reach. How much more time?
Thanks again.
Oh, that's it. That's not enough. Thank you.
So thank you for Jen having a special session with us. Now I would like to call upon our GC. She's a speech and drama teacher, public speaking coach, stage actor, kids trainer, and professional MC. Welcome for our Rati Priya Basan.
Well. So how was the first half of the session? Fantastic. We hear one voice. Tell people how was the session? But I'm being aware and being present. Good. So how was the session? So those of you in the Zoom as well. So like what our dearest Joanne said, be aware, be mindful, be present. So I always enjoy the second half of the session even more. Why? Because anyone in the room can share. Got it? Because Joanne, good. See, we heard wonderful features. Like, being a drama teacher, I was like literally following your story. Like I felt like I was sitting in the hall and watching you doing all that stuff. And then when you were like, sharing about your speech and everything. So I'm not going to be dissecting your speeches because I have a pool of evaluators. Like I mentioned earlier, this part is one of the exciting parts because anyone can come forward, stand and speak. You can say anything you want. You like it or you have to agree, right? But In Toastmasters, the most important thing is the evaluation part. How can you progress to be a better speaker? How can you progress to be a better listener? Right? And then you apply the feedback and you do better speeches. And you saw so many mentors mushrooming, that creates more mentors, right? So without further ado, I would like to invite the first evaluator, the first speech evaluator, Toastmaster Hui to evaluate on Toastmaster Nishan. Thank you very much to our distinguished Toastmaster Nishan for sharing his introduction on his personality to all of us here. What I love about his speech is he had met his speech objective, which is he shared with us on his background. For example, he shared he born 1996. He moved to UK because his mother studied PhD over there, and he was exposed to that kind of innovative education system back then. And he was an ENFP person, and he loves to create new things, create cards, and all these tiny details had shaped who he is right now. Thank you very much for sharing your personality with us. And the second thing I love about his speech is he had good engagement with the audience by asking questions. I believe all of us here, I saw all of you were participating in his questions, which means he managed to hook you with his passion and definitely intrigue you with his speech. And because of my fondness to him, distinguished Toastmaster Nishan, I would like to share two things how you can further improve and add value on your speech to the audience. You're specifically on speech structure that you mentioned. I personally felt that the speech structure was a bit uneven to me. Why did I say so? Yeah, good intrigue opening of the definition of icebreaker. This is my first time listening to why icebreaker is being called icebreaker. I never knew that previously, and thanks for sharing that. You share with us on the definition and your family background, perfect platform to kickstart your speech. And after that, we move on to that 16 personalities. I felt that how does the UK education system links that to your 16 personalities of your ENFJ? And after that, you move on to a person who creates some card games, something like that. And you move on to your future, whereby you touch on flexibility, improvisation, and teaching, whereby you use the acronym of FIT. So you have the trajectory of previous, past, the present, and the future. What I find was missing was the transition flow between the speech structure. I didn't feel the connection between that, and I was lost somehow throughout the speech, and especially at the end of conclusion. What was your message on that? And furthermore, I'm a fan of less is more. Since your speech title is Introduction on Personality, that's your key message, your key title. So I suggest you have spent 4 minutes on laying your background, building the breaks, and you talk about ENFJ at the 12 minutes, which is a bit too late. I'll suggest you to be more concise and precise on the background. Elaborate more on that ENFJ. Give us some details about why you say about yourself as ENFJ. With that, I love your background. Good to know a bit more about you. And I love your engagement with the audience. What I'd like to move on is to work on the transition of the speech structure and the less is more. Choose those who are relevant to your key message. With that, back to you, our distinguished Toastmaster, Priya. So before pandemic hit, all of us normally the role plays we come and we shake hands. So sometimes shake hands on the fist bump. So that's also a practice that we do in those classes. That's the problem. Okay. So now before I move on to the second speech evaluator. So Richie, what I believe she did was the sandwich method. You love eating sandwiches. Most of us we love the meat part, right, or the center part. So she actually told what Nishan actually did very well. And then say, hey, Nishan, you know what? This is something you should have done. And you know, she gave suggestions and she also gave examples on how you can make it better. And then she goes, okay, so you did well. So what's the next step? So I thoroughly loved your speech earlier. And there was something new to me as well. So that's why I approached you. Can you like come and we can further discuss. So every feature that we do, there should be a call to action. So maybe we can work a little bit more on a call to action and we can work better. And this for Kiyuchi, I think your expressions will lead. It just definitely share someone like who wrote talking to the person so you can really engage better and you're engaging and definitely enthusiastic person. So thank you so much, Ruchi, for the evaluation. Now, for the second speaker, that I would like to is on Zoom, right, Andrew? Oh, sorry. Just kidding. Observant. The next speech evaluator is Toastmaster Andrew. Let's welcome Andrew evaluate on Toastmaster Ghana. Over to you.
Okay, well done, Ganu. That was a great speech, and I'm glad that I'm here today to listen to a speech physically in this physical language. First thing that I love about your speech is that your confidence and also your comfort level. It shows that you are natural and you have a very good vocal variety in your speech to express different emotion in your speech. When you raise your voice to express your frustration, when your youngest daughter interrupted you during your online meeting with your bosses. Besides, you also show good hand gesture, demonstrating a good hand gesture, driving like an F1 driver to your office, face palm, shaking your head, and also vomiting blood when your children say when there is no food in the house. And I also like the way that you inject humor in your speech and ask questions to keep the audience engaged. Little things that I believe that you may improve on your speech is perhaps a little bit of a hand gesture. When you mention 9 to 5 working hours, you may maybe 9 to 5. And also maybe when you describe working at the office or at home, so you can actually show the difference instead of just showing your hand like this in the beginning of your speech. But of course, after that, your hand gesture was perfect. Okay. Next, I do also realize that you ended your speech around 6 minutes plus, slightly a little bit more, which is there's still much time to spare. I believe that you may utilize this time to maybe add on 1 or 2 pros or cons of working from home. Lastly, I would like to challenge you to keep up with your good work and also utilize your speech time in your next speech. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much to Toastmaster NJ. So Toastmaster NJ, given the timing of the speech, that besides he was listening and evaluating you. So let's give a round of applause to Toastmaster NJ. Yeah. So he has actually thoroughly shared and dissected your speech. I just have 1 or 2 add-ons there. Because being a drama teacher, I was just a bit dramatic a bit. So I really enjoyed the way you narrated the story and the actions, but it also added a lot of what you call unsweet gestures, certain points, and you're too fast. So please add more pace and pause so that the audience can actually listen, digest, and then when you move on to the next point, they'll be able to this is very show the part of Ferrari. Okay, so besides that, you painted a very nice picture in my mind. Didn't she? Yes? Okay. And not evaluating. Okay, the third speaker, Yong Shan's speech evaluator is not available. So we are moving forward to the fourth person, K-Wong. Okay. Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster K-Wong, Juan first and then K-Wong. Yeah. Okay. So can I please welcome Toastmaster Juan to evaluate on Toastmaster Natalie. Over to you. Yeah, Juan or Natalie, right?
Natalie. Ladies and gentlemen, as soon as Natalie camera spots out, how do you feel? I feel the same. I feel very like this one is someone that I know very long time already. Although it's true, but that feeling was there for everyone else. And that is something that Natalie gave us during her speech. And that's the first thing that I think is so well done. Her speech is so natural. Natalie, what you did so naturally is the things that you said. You engage us and say, raise up your hand if you have mentors. Then you immediately be so flexible and say, although I cannot see you. All these are very casual and it comes out through very positive vibes. And this is one thing that you speak so well in this speech today. And second thing that I wish to compliment you is your intention to use your hand gestures. Like how when you're going to talk about two different mentors, your life ones and your Toastmasters one. Then you go on and talk about your life. One is your grandparents and Toastmasters one is our area director Beijing. And ladies and gentlemen, using your hand gestures speaks 1,000 words because in presentation, in communication, 95% is our non-verbal gestures. What we do. And that's your second thing that you did well. And the third thing that you did well is you summarize your speech with one quote. The quote is, a mentor is someone who sees more talent and ability within you than you see in yourself and helps bring it out of you. Very long way. How many of you get it when you listen to the speech? Hardly anyone raise up their hands. And that brings me to my first improvement that you can consider. The first improvement is you can do something like Ongshan, have a slide for words. Because it's a very long quote, I didn't get it, I Google search only I can get it. It's a very long quote, show it out. Okay, that's my first thing. Using slides for long things that is hard to get. And second thing is, if I am your hand gestures, I might be a little bit sad. Because of the camera positions, you can't see it much. Let's say the camera screen is here, your hand gestures is somewhere here. So half of your hand gestures is cut out. So we said because it is there, so useful things, but it's not entirely sure. And that's my second suggestion. Then the third one is I would really love to hear how more details on how your grandparents have guided you into advising you to continue your studies. So Natalie, overall, 3 things that you did well. First one, very positive natural vibes. Second one, you summarize the quote. And third one, you introduce your hand gestures, your intention to use hand gestures. And things that you can consider doing is using slides, visuals, details about your stories. And third one is ensure that your intention and gestures can be seen clearly. And with that, enjoy your speech so much. Listen, hopefully I get to listen to it very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, sounds great for you. Thank you so much. Okay. Wow. Are you competing this time for the contest? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, this time because I really felt that it was a very genuine evaluation, comforting tone, and we don't. I really like the takeaway with this. We don't have to always pick out words. Just is also good enough. So apart from that, what Juan did just now was like evaluating her speech. We wrap up the points and then we get the call to action to our Toastmaster Natalie. So I'm not going to add on more on that. So Juan, well done on that part. So I was just thinking when you were sharing examples, maybe like you said, like the grandfather or the grandparents, maybe you can give your point of view from your perspective. So just some additional information. The speaker can, oh yeah, I should have seen. Okay. Apart from that, for Natalie, I was just thinking, yeah, I was also thinking of the background. So if it's Natalie we're going to contest, I would really suggest Natalie to have a plain background perhaps, or a better positioning of the device. Basically, every one of us who's going for a contest through Zoom, please make sure you have your device properly because the angle. Because for me just now,
eye contact was not to the camera at all. So she was literally looking down, maybe she was looking at the screen, at the expressions of the listeners. So when eye contact is not there, like say I'm looking at Titan over there, and Andy is there, and you can put out the arm. So your eye contact really plays a very important role. Correct, Angshan? Yes. Because you have engaged with the audience. So overall, we had 5 wonderful speech evaluators. Not yet. One more to go. So let's welcome our distinguished Toastmaster, K-Wong. Sorry, K-Wong.
Thank you very much.
Over to you.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. I thought I can go back to my doing already. Okay, all right. Good evening to everyone. Shazme, happy to have listened to your speech. What an interesting title. And you really shared with us what your view of mentorship is all about. Splendid speech that you have done. And why have you been splendid in the way you have delivered your speech? First, I'd like to say that you have organized your speech very well. You had a very clear opening where you compared yourself with a rabbit and you're a rabbit. Secondly, in the body of your speech, basically it was a tribute to Kelly. And thirdly, you did the conclusion very well where you said that what a mentor is to elevate you to the next level. Great organization of your speech. Secondly, that you have done very well is the way you have actually matched the objectives of your speech, which is to share with us the benefits of mentorship with your personal experience. And after you have shared with us each benefit, you have always given us a lot of examples about your own experience as a protege to Kelly. So very well done on that. Thirdly, that you have done very well was the fact that you actually summarize what is mentorship or what is mentoring all about. I like the way you have compared and summarized what a mentor is and what a mentee is. Well done on all those areas. So, other than that, now, how can I help you further, Shazmir? I feel that although this project is about mentorship, your overall path is actually about presentation mastery. So therefore, whilst your mentor has helped to elevate you as a mentee, I would like to help to elevate you as a master presenter. And I'd like to focus on 2 areas. The first area I'd like to recommend is your vocal variety. I would like to recommend that you enhance your vocal variety, have a more expressive voice. For example, in fact, there are many examples that you can work on. One example I like to share with you was when I was very impressed how Kelly sacrificed 4 hours of her time with you. How reliable is she? The time went right into the middle of the night. And at that time, Kelly had a firstborn, had a young child with her. So you need to express a more gentle voice on that. Also, when you summarize about the mentor, you can also have more expression. Secondly, I'd like to emphasize is your body language. Use body language for impact. Lots of opportunities. You can use fingers to indicate 1, 2, 3. You can also use your gestures, your hand gestures, rather than clasping. So when you do that, you'll be able to enhance your overall impact of your speech. So in summary, well done on your speech organization. You met speech objectives. I challenge you to enhance your body language and your vocal variety. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much. Distinguished Toastmaster K-Wong. Well, I really wish you are here today. The camera is here, right? Okay, correct? Am I correct? The camera is here. Okay, so I really wish that you are here today because I think she has a very contagious vibes and energy and just thoroughly go through and a smile. So I'm not just talking because I really can feel how she wants that speaker to do better, right, Shazmeen? Okay, and definitely well-structured evaluation with examples and everything. So Shazmeen, the same thing like what Toastmaster K-Wong mentioned to you. You were clasping your hand too much, like you're holding too much. I don't know whether you want to release or to hold. So when you're holding and clasping hand too much, it feels like you're holding back something. So release, relax, because you were standing and presenting earlier, right? So you had more opportunities to connect with the audience. Apart from that, I enjoyed listening to your speech. And just one additional part, you shared Kelly's picture, right? And how much she has sacrificed. Perhaps if you had her picture with you, that can also add a personal touch to your sharing. That's all from my side. And with that, I will just quickly do a GE wrap-up session overall. Okay, so I would like to take this opportunity to thank our Toastmaster Angie Chan. Please give her a round of applause. When she actually approached me, I was after my second breathe and I was like, Angie, I really can't make it. Then she said, I think it's okay, you rest. Then again, she messaged, she said, I'm still on the bed. Then her persistence was like, okay, let me just try. Then okay, so that's why I'm here today. So because sometimes it's just not the one thing to be here. I just felt that I need to be here. We are in a place, not just because you want to, maybe just the energy wants to be. And see, I'm watching so many wonderful people here. So before the meeting started, she shared with me the agenda, the location, and everything perfect. So thank you so much, Angie. Right? And then we also had a nice dinner downstairs, and Karen came over together. And I said, I need to go upstairs now and set up the whole place. And they came, like I came 2 hours earlier and just get rid of the traffic. And he was earlier, 6, he was 6, you were here. So it's nice to see members taking charge and doing things before the others come. So President, you're so blessed, right? This is the first time I think I'm seeing Sun and Palms actually introducing word of the day and also doing the ice breaking session. So this is something maybe other club members that maybe I can also take up and just suggest, right? So very well done from our Yishuan. He set up the Yishuan, I will just say one thing, you're very energetic, right? So thank you so much to Yishuan. Moving on to our Madam President. So Madam President, be young. Yes. I'm not making fun. Seriously, it's so nice to mention your name. I feel young every time I mention your name. So, Toastmaster Bian, she's very subtle, relaxed, and the way she cared about the team, and then the love languages. Yes, I also got to know these things today. Thank you so much for the information. Moving on to our Toastmaster meeting once again, Angie Chan. She might have done quite a number of work. So the Toastmaster of the evening, the person who set the tone of the meeting, how energetic you are, how you're welcoming. That one thing I saw all members welcoming our friends, your guests, right? Michael, you felt good just now? Welcome by Angie, yes? Okay. And also our area director was here in the room just now, right? So you see how we're connecting. This one thing, Angie, you did mention that during your sharing, during your session, you felt a little nervous, stressed, no worries, just relax. If you just feel nervous, just laugh around and join, just laugh and join. If you don't have to give a high five, just come back and feel nice, so then you think now you're smiling, just like, don't worry. See, after a long time, you pick up a tea. So let's give another round of applause. Just do me. Okay. Moving on to our brown bag session. Toastmaster Joanne. Just wondering, okay, I'm lucky, I almost clapped hard and I'll be so the way came out and then he shared ideas, and you also I like to say, okay, members in the audience in the Zoom also can take part. That also showed that you are aware that our members watching you in the Zoom, right? Okay, I'm not going to share too much on the speakers and evaluators as I've done it earlier. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed your meeting. Thank you so much for having me here today, adding values to me as well in each and every part of your speeches, evaluations, your roles that you've taken, helping one another, the teamwork. That is what I think makes a dream work, correct? So apart from that, I like when you actually projected the members' education progress chart. I used to see that in very few clubs in different districts as well. And also your display of your ribbons. So when members come, you can actually just have a look at it. It's yours, right? Yeah. Yours is like 100% mark. So the ribbons, pictures. So I really also love this words down here. So it makes me feel very cozy and also relaxed being involved with it. So thank you so much, and let's welcome our Toastmaster meeting once again. Oh yes, I'm so sorry. Our role players, we have our timer. So can we have our timer to read out the timing for each of the role players now?
Right, that's what report. Just to give you a heads up, what I want to mention is, let's say for example, 6:50 minutes, 6 minutes and 50 seconds. All right, so meeting start on time. No, 1 minute later, 7:31. We plan to start at 7:30. Resumed at 8:42 during the break time on time. For the role player, Beyond's 3:52. NG is 11 and 12. Grammarian, Beyond is, I think I'll skip that one. Just go through straight to the prepared speech speaker. Nishan 6:40, Banu 6:08, Yongshan 7:55, Sharmil 6:35, Natalie 4:54. Right, brown bag session, UN 14:55. Rati, yours is 6 minutes and 11. All right, goes to the speech evaluations. Huichi 3:1. MJ 2:09. I think Richard is not here. Juan 3:34. K Wong is 3:1. All right, over to you. Thank you. Okay. Next, I'll call the language evaluator, Toastmaster Bia. Thank you very much to our attendees. All right, the word of the day today, fondness. I managed to detect twice, one from Banu, one from myself. Anyone of you here using the word of the day, the root word fond or fondness, please raise up your hand. Thank you, Bechi. I'm checking on my listening skill, meaning that I feel my listening skill. I need to think on this. These are one of the skills that we can learn as a grammarian, is to improve our listening skill. All right. I will move on to word not used correctly. Not well is supposed to be unwell. Working in home. It should be working at home or working from home. And excuses, one excuses with no S. It should be an excuse. A person, which is Hui-Chi or Kelly, a person should be who is Hui-Chi or Kelly instead of which is. All right. The next one, which college should I go into? It should be which college should I go to? All right. Next, I will move on to mispronounced word. Truly, it should be truly. All right. I will now move on to good sentences. Words and expressions. We have a lot of good words using in this meeting. Urge to deliver your speech within the stipulated time frame. Humble servant. Evaluations is breakfast for champion. Innovate, personality, inventory, intuitive. Perceiver, explorations. Be fit in my mind. Unprecedented, breasting, substantial amount. Formula One driver, flexibility comes with a price. Obsess, conquer my fear. Meticulous, enhance your confidence. Proactive, elevate you to the next level. Being mindfulness, pause and breathe. Trigger,
respond and react. Mushrooming, genuine evaluation, call to actions. And this is my evaluation report. Thank you, back to you. Thank you.
Wow, and you see the Cynthia was not good. With the list that she had just now. Okay, well done on that. Thank you, Rita. Next, we actually used to call this as our counter report. Here I see we call it as post pillars. Can we have Toastmaster Farhan be honest?
Okay, hello everyone. I will share up my screen. Can you see?
Yeah, but it's small.
Okay. For your information, today is such a special day for the counter. Why? Because all the contestants and all the speaker use the pause filler as minimum as possible so that I don't need to count, which then give me a lot of space to enjoy the speech. Here is the pause filler report, and based on the report, the most pause filler used is so, and at the average of less than 3 pause filler for each person, which is very good improvement for everyone here in KBTC. And also with KBTC, we will keep on improving. That is all for the accounting report. Back to you, GE.
Thank you, Toastmaster Farhan. Well, our counter has actually improved many speakers' features. Because so we'll be even more aware of the pause fillers. So thank you to you. And now I shall pass the control to our, before that, the slider ready? Okay, can you please vote for the speech evaluators? Let me name them, who is Toastmaster Preachy, Toastmaster MJ, Toastmaster Juan, and Swedish Toastmaster K. Wong. Okay, meanwhile, you are putting your votes. Can I please pass control to a Toastmaster reading?
So today we have another special section that is remarked by our area director, Hui Chi. I'll call upon her to remark our club.
All right, I know it's a bit late. I'm just going to keep it short and simple by sharing my Toastmasters journey. I think none of you have heard about my story before. A little bit. I'm not sure. Yeah. In my beginning of my Toastmasters journey, my president at that time was not so nice, young right now. So please appreciate her. He's not here. And then I wish he pushed me to deliver 6 speeches within 3 months' time at the last of the term. Which means I need to deliver my speeches in each and every regular meeting. Why? Because he wanted to achieve President's Distinguished Club, which meant the highest recognition that a club can achieve. I believe all of you have a KPI, Key Performance Index at the top. So same goes to the club. Club also has this KPI as well. So being an obedient member back then, I listened to you and I rushed off all my speeches within that 3 months' time. After that, I got so sick of delivering my speeches and totally stopped for 1 year. That was the thing. So guess what? I realized that after 1 year of not hearing my speeches at all, my fluency of speaking was diminishing. When people ask me a question, and my mind blank, those words seem like slip off from my mind. I couldn't find my fluency anymore. That's where my realization came out.
I knew it was the consistency and persistency of speaking that got me the fluency of speaking. So I kickstart my pathways. I decided to spend 1 year to complete one path. I have completed 2 paths, which means I spent 2 years to do that. So I have to encourage you all to be proactive in doing your speeches, because that will definitely help and enhance the speaking skill. Not only on being proactive to deliver your speeches, being proactive to take on roles. Don't wait for our dedicated Vice President Education, Angie, to chase your, what do you want to say? You want to feel like grammar, uncomfortable? I was being very proactive in picking up those roles. My witness are MJ and Angie. I will walk up to them, really walk up literally, but I'll text them and tell them, I want to pick on table topic master when I want to sharpen my active listening skill. I'll pick up Toastmasters of the evening, which also means the MC of the day. When I have an MC event ongoing, I practice my skill. Or I would like to pick up table topics evaluator when I want to sharpen my evaluation skill and analytical skill, and at the same time, quick thinking skill. Because our table topic evaluation is right after table topics. So you be proactive and approaching and when one skill. Next, I want to encourage you also to be proactive to visit other clubs. Can I see a show of hands who visit other clubs right now, where like we call it clubbing. It is clubbing. It's definitely different. I think you are having every day. Oh, Angie, yeah, I know that. Not how could you find so many fantastic ways to know that. And of course, how does that help to shape my speaking right now? Is by attending different clubs, met different people, you engage with different audience. So it is where you can test your speaking skill as well. How you can connect with different group of people, not only on your comfort zone of Klang Bilingual Toastmasters club. And of course, it helps me to control my nervousness. Other than that, I'd like to encourage you all to be proactive to approach your mentors. How long you have not tested your mentor? It's okay, no worries. Because I myself, I do have a mentor. Look, in the beginning of my journey, I was being assigned a mentor from a club. She was a magician at the time. She disappeared and missing in action once she was assigned to me. And I met her anyway. And fortunate enough, I met this external member of the club who willing to mentor me. So whenever I need help or I need to improve my certain skill, I'll approach him and ask him for some advice. So just like Natalie said, it's free resources and also he's so really lucky I can charter and so just talk to them. Or if you don't need a mentor, it is okay as well. Just tell your mentor I don't need you and tell our mentor coordinator. So young, you don't really need a mentor, but I suggest you to find someone in your life that you can ask for opinion or advice. So all these speaking trainings had actually built my speaking foundation and given me a better job opportunity, means higher income and salary. And of course, not only that, it gives me an opportunity of taking on the MC role in all the company seminars. So with this additional role, sometimes we might need it because we can't always sit at the bench and be the backup players. We need to go to the field and let our bosses see that we are capable to do things. So with that, I would like to encourage all of you to be proactive in doing your speeches, proactive in taking up roles, proactive to visit other clubs, or proactive in approaching your mentor. You are just one step closer to become a very better speaker. So do it today. Thank you. Thank you.
So well, just now I say French language. There's 2 more we haven't done yet. Actually, 3 we have done. What we have done that means we convey to them that they're willing to come in front of us. The last is the gift. That means award time. First of all, I would like to again congratulate Nathan for completing the icebreaker section. Okay, give a clap pause for Nathan. Second,
I would like to congratulate Shashmir and Natalie that have been, oh yeah, Nation, sorry. We have the Raven for Nation for you, yes. Yeah.
Thanks, yeah, I think again.
Nice. It's your second time.
Yeah. So we got it.
Second pathway. You should stand here actually. This is the camera for the Zoom.
I think you got it. Please take it.
Already, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
So for again, I would like to congratulate Shashmir and Natalie have completed their second level for today. So next is an award. Our best prepared speech speaker is Dr. Yeah. Okay, for the best evaluator is Dr. Jen.
So what I should agree.
And okay, we would like to present as a small group.
Let's see what number 3.
So the last one is representing our appreciation for our GE. Thank you for coming.
Okay, great.
Okay, so thank you for everyone. I would like to pass it to our president. That thank you for her that choosing this came as a love language that we are using in activity, 5 things in this activity. So I'll pass it to her.
Right, I know as the time is running late, I will not be taking so much of your time. First of all, I would like to congratulate all of our prepared speech speakers for today. I have seen improvement in each and every one of you as compared to your previous speech. Each and every prepared speech speaker, you have improved a lot, and I can see you are one step closer to your goal to be a great speaker each time when you deliver speech. And I hope you all can always keep up the spirit and momentum to deliver more speeches to be a great speaker. And next, I would like to also thank our general narrator for today, all the way from Chala, joining us today to help us to learn and grow. Thank you for her valuable feedback for our improvement. I would like to also thank our area director for her golden advice. And for everyone here, you will remember her advice and improve our sound and our club and bring our club to the next level. And before we end our meeting, I would like to invite our district public relations manager to make a few announcements.
Change of role now. Okay, the posters next. So Toastmasters, very important. Trust me, I'm representing the SDO, Senior District Officer. So I'm the District PR Manager for District 102. And with this, there are few campaigns are ongoing. And trust me, it's not easy to just release posters because it takes a whole process. We have to work and we see how we can actually help our members as well as club to sustain. And I did a short interview with our area director just now, and I'm happy and glad that you said our membership strength is good. So well done to all of you. Well done. Good club can do. I mean, not there's no good or bad club. You can encourage, you can share your experiences. That your area director got 3 clubs, so you can have a hot club or tea party, whatever, not help one another. Because end of the day, the vision, we are all one, right? As District 102. So this is one of the club growth campaign. Talk up Toastmasters. The posters are with your person already. She'll share it to you all. Okay, so we also very active in our social media. District, just go, please take your phone out. District 102 Toastmasters International. Please like and follow because we're not just, it's not just a bulletin board, right? Just for announcement. You can get to know other information, and we are also in Instagram as well as LinkedIn. LinkedIn's a bit slow. We have just launched TikTok. So yeah, so TikTok we launched on 3rd December. It's still slowly progressing, it's still a baby. So I need y'all to feed the baby a little bit, right? So that we can grow, not just grow members. Why I launched TikTok is because the support of our district and team. Just have some fun. Just use the filters, whatever, just dance, share with people how much you enjoy. So you want to know more about how to do that? You can go to the YouTube. Everything's under Toastmasters International District 102. So you click District 102, will come up. The YouTube, we have Thursday Toasties as a Tuesday testimonials. So Nishan, Jen, whoever, everyone here, you will come across the next campaign, which is workshop, sorry. Okay, so PR workshop. We've done our first workshop. So our second workshop is on digital marketing and TikTok. So it's not just to progress in Toastmasters alone. It's outside Toastmasters. And most of you know in your pattern and cleaning up the after evaluation, how did you apply outside Toastmasters? So this is how you can apply by attending this workshop. The date is 25th February. So we're still working on a few more amendments. Hopefully by this Friday, latest by Saturday, I will be able to release the updates. Okay, and there are upcoming other campaigns. So the first thing is we have to just go to the district pages. Thank you and back to you. Thank you very much. And I would like to now move on to the next announcement. Our next meeting is actually our international speech and favorite topics contest. So for contestants, I hope you can consult your mentor on how you can do better during this contest. It is a pretty digital contest and we welcome guests and hope we can see you here on 1st of March. And our next meeting will be on 15th of March. 15th of March, hybrid meeting, the same meeting, and we hope to see everyone here again, including guests. And our next KBTC activity is on this Saturday. We have this bouldering from 11 to 4 o'clock. If you are available, you are welcome to join us. So the fee for this activity is $43, including shoe. It's a one-day class. So if you are free, probably at 12, you can always come at 12, or you can come after lunch. It is best that if you can join us earlier because it's a one-day class. You can come at 11, and KBTC members, we are all there from 11 to 4 o'clock. All right, but this place they are actually open from 9 to 7 o'clock. If you have time or if you want to stay there, then you can always stay there until 7. Yeah, with that, thank you everyone. I hope you enjoyed our meeting today as much as I did. And I will now announce our meeting today is urgent. Thank you. Some other levels, right?
Yeah.
The district and progress. Also, the director, working director, or this director, it's very important. Because I found this for the director to perform. Oh, yeah.